It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer and it's time to open calendar door number 3 on our Christmas Advent calendar. Now what I've done today in better preparation is bring out a different selection of glassware, or a better range of glassware for what we might get in this Advent calendar. The beauty of beer Advent calendars is that you don't quite know what you're going to get. Now this one's from Virgin Wines. You can pick it up from Virgin Wines website. Go and have a look at it. But let's get in. Let's open door number 3. All 330 milliliter cans. So you can see the thickness of the box there. You're only going to get a 330 in there, so they're all going to be 330 milliliter cans. And this is Brooklyn's Defender IPA, 5.5% ABV. Described as a golden IPA. I'll have a look at I'm not going to read before, I'm just having a look at who brewed this. The previous beer that I drank from Brooklyn, which was their new Pilsner, was produced by Carlsberg. So I was kind of like almost hunting down the words Carlsberg on the side of this can. But we won't read any of that. We'll just get into it blind. I think I've reviewed this one before, but we'll do it again. Why not? It's Christmas time. It's coming on Advent calendar. Let's get it out then into a glass and see what we get. Little bit of smoke on the can opening. Being an IPA, I can grab an IPA glass. This is a bit kind of luxurious, isn't it? I got lager glasses, stout glasses, IPA glasses. Here we go. So we got a 1 finger white head, good levels of slow moving carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. Really foggy here this morning. It's not quite, the camera looks like it's okay, but it's not quite light yet. It's currently 8:16 a.m. It's Christmas time. Everybody's really busy at Christmas time. My wife's had to go to work really early, and I thought to myself, I can grab another hour out of my day. The work that I'm doing, I can only work in daylight hours. So I thought to myself, if I start early, then I can get more daylight hours out of it. So a golden amber coloured beer. There's a little bit of haze there going on. Let's get the aroma. It smells pretty good, that. Typical American style IPA. Being Brooklyn Brewery, it probably is American or brewed in America. A little bit of initial sweetness, almost like a syrupiness coming through. And then lots of like nectarine, tangerine, lemon, grapefruit type aromas. It smells pretty decent. Let's dive in. It smells really balanced. Cheers. Yeah, it's not too bad, that. It's not too bad. It kind of follows the aroma. Very much follows the aroma in that you get that initial kind of syrupy kind of sweetness coming through. And then it goes over to that traditional American style IPA where you get some nectarine, you get some grapefruit. You get a nice amount of bitterness on the back end as well, to be honest with you. It's a nice bitter beer. There's tangerine, there's a little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of orange peel. But the one thing I will, I mean, this is typical though. This is typical for American style IPA, where you get that kind of slight syrupiness. It does make me wonder. Certainly with a lot of these kind of New World British IPAs, you get some good tasting malts in there. Some really kind of biscuity flavours, bready flavours. With this, it's much more of like a base malt. They've used a base malt and then maybe some kind of, I'm going to say brewer's syrup. There is something, Google it. There's something called brewer's syrup, and I think that they've used brewer's syrup to brew this particular beer. But it's pleasant enough. It's pleasant enough. There's a little bit of lacing on the glass. You can see as I rock the beer back and forth, you can see that carbonation chasing the head up the glass. As I roll the beer around in the glass, you can see it looks a good quality beer. The head's recreating itself quite nicely. Now I'm able to really wash the beer around in the glass. It is more of a pungent tangerine aroma coming through. In terms of balance, I've talked a lot about the balance, but I just want to touch on it a little bit more because I think it's the reason at 5.5% ABV. 5.5% ABV, there you go. It's to the limit, isn't it, of sessionable beer. If you want to drink maybe 4, 5, 6 cans of this Brooklyn Defender IPA, then you want it to be balanced. So you start off with that kind of syrupy sweetness over there. You end up with the bitterness on the back end. It's probably about 40 IBUs, I would say. So not the most bitter beer, but it's definitely there's some bitterness there. So it just offers balance. And when a beer offers balance, like I'm doing this, it's like a hang glider, isn't it? Sweetness over there, bitterness over there. You need it to be balanced to be able to session it. You need it to be balanced to be able to session it. I say some of these really unbalanced beers, they're impossible to session. They're impossible to say, I'm going to buy a 6-pack of this particular beer. It's impossible to do that because it's just so unbalanced. It's either unbalanced with the bitterness or it's unbalanced with the sweetness. This, I think they've done a good enough job with this. It's nicely balanced. You could definitely drink a 6-pack of it. Now let's have a quick look before actually let's give the rating first and then we'll have a look on the side of the can and see where this particular beer is brewed. Because I know Brooklyn Brewery now, they contract brew the Pilsner, the Brooklyn Pilsner was brewed by Carlsberg. So I'm going to have a look where this has been brewed. But my rating for the beer, I'm going to say 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Where has this one been produced? Brewed and filled for... This is difficult to find. For the Brooklyn Brewery Company, there was a lot of different language then after that. Carlsberg Supply Company. Brooklyn Brewery EU. So it's a European brewed beer. Now my question is, this is the second beer now that's got Carlsberg written on the side. Have Brooklyn Brewery been purchased by Carlsberg? If they have done, then I've not kind of, I don't know much about it. But then how much have Carlsberg kind of offered with their experience and their kind of ways of brewing beer? Have they just taken a step back and let Brooklyn Brewery and their brewmaster just do the great things that they've been doing, or have they stepped in and they've changed the recipes and things have changed with Brooklyn Brewery? I don't really know. I'd love to know the comments in the comments box with this, if they have been purchased by Carlsberg. I'll give them my rating, 7 out of 10. I'm going to end the review now. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.